Yes, you're welcome again to WeChat here in your channel, where we often talk on topics of global importance. And in our last episode, we did talk on the recently held general election in the United States. And what we did in that video was to talk on or predict the winner of the presidential election. And we did noted those key factors ranging from the endorsement of big names like Elon Musk for the Republican, Taylor Swift, who endorsed the presidential candidate of the Democratic Party as well, and some other factors, including the key swing state factors as well. And I think we did a good job by predicting accurately the winner of the presidential election. And so I will recommend that you do watch that video, that episode, and please recommend to your friends. Also share and be free to also make your comment, express your opinion regarding our prediction or what you think about the outcome of that election. And I think it's a must watch for everyone. On this particular episode, we will be talking on a topic that I think is also very important of global importance as well. And it's more of a two events or two global events. And these two events doesn't seem to have any form of correlation, but we can say that they do somehow share a common factor, which is human. And so humans seems to be the balancing factor of these two events. And that is why this episode we will be sort of posing a question about do we seems to have some kind of warmings? Uh, are these two events sort of two unpleasant warmings? And if that is the case, and I will also want you to express your opinion regarding that. So these two events are what we tag as the nuclear warming. The nuclear warming. So the nuclear warming is sort of, I would say, is sort of a name calling of people who seems to be very much concerned about the threats being currently posed by nuclear armaments of some nations across the world. We could see that some nations are indeed um, accumulating their nuclear warheads, nuclear capabilities, which has seems um, become a source of concern to everyone. We could see from the ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia, for instance, with the threat of the use of nuclear weapons as well. See the tension between Israel and Iran, which Israel has repeatedly suggested that Iran has been enriching their nuclear capabilities. So, and people are saying that this armament of nuclear warheads is sort of a nuclear warming. So that the world is, we are increasingly being faced with the threat of nuclear uh, warming. And the other kind of warming, which is commonly known by which scientists have put as what we call a global warming, which is sort of increase in the average temperature. It is believed that the average temperature has repeatedly been on the increase. For instance, last year, 2023, was yet recorded as the warmest year ever. And of course, we haven't finished this year, 2024, but scientists have reasoned that 2024 average annual temperature might surpass that of 2023. So if that is the case, it means we have consistently been witnessing an increase in average temperature, which is believed to pose a serious threat to human existence because it's an issue of climate change, for instance, increasing variability in the weather. For instance, we've seen flooding, we've seen excessive heat or excessive sort of dryness or absence of rainfall in some part of the world as well, which have been adduced to the issue of global warming, which is also kind of in link with our activities as human, especially increasing use of the conventional energy sources, oil, natural gas, coal, for instance. The increasing use of these energy sources have been linked to the increase in greenhouse gases, which are believed to be responsible to trap heat and consistently warm the earth. So the global warming on one hand, which has been well researched or well discussed by scientists to be a source of global a threat to the existence of human, and with the increasing tension among nations as well, the arming of nuclear warheads. That has also been called as a nuclear warming, because I could see sometimes ago when Donald Trump was even asked about, or he was mentioning, he was talking about the global warming, and he said that he believed that the the kind of warming that is currently posing a serious threat to the world or human existence is even nuclear warming, not global warming. So the question is that, are we now more faced, or do we now have more a kind of serious emergency as a result of these two warmings? Or do we, do we think that, is there any need for us to kind of relate these two, or for us to think about these two as a two evils, or is the threat of nuclear, the use, or the threat of nuclear war, are we seeing that to be of a more threat than the threat that is being posed by the global warming? So these are serious topics that people, I think, we need to also talk about. For me personally, I think that the threat of nuclear war has always been there, but currently the fear of it is even more severe. But no one will ever think there is any leader in the world that will go ahead to use a nuclear weapon. But I think that could be, if care is not taken, that could also come as a result of mistake, of miscalculation, and which can trigger a third world war. And the third world war will not happen without the use of a nuclear war. So that is why the issue of nuclear warming, if it's a right thing to call, I think it's a thing that needs to be discussed, needs to be taken seriously, as much as we are currently taking the issue of global warming seriously. So, do we have two unpleasant warming? So I think, from my own perspective, I think yes, and I think the world need to rise up to make sure that we don't end up destroying ourselves, we don't end up destroying the world, we don't end up using the nuclear war to cause a serious destructions of the human race. In as much as we believe that the average annual temperature of the world has consistently been increasing, which has been a source of concern for climate change issue, there is need for us to also look at the issue of regional conflict or tensions that could lead to the use of nuclear war. So that is what I think we can talk about in this current episode. And I think when you watch it, please do not hesitate to express your comments, your opinion in the chat. Let us know how you feel. Let us know how you feel if you are the type that believe in the first place if we do have a global warming, or if you are the type that doesn't even believe we have a global warming issue or threat. If you are the type that also believe that nuclear armaments by nations is a source of concern that could trigger nuclear war and the Third World War, express that in the comment. Or if you are that doesn't even believe in either of these two, please don't hesitate to express your opinion in the comments. Thank you so much, and we will meet again in the next episode, where we definitely will bring it up a another good topic. Don't forget to watch. Always watch, share, with your friends, and thank you for paying attention. See you again.